Good morning, ma'am. Are you Carly Davis? And Ms. Davis is charged with driving while intoxicated, third or more. And Mr. Rojas, what is the announcement?
Judge, I was speaking with Ms. Davis this morning. She's about to start a new job, and I think once she does that, her family members are going to help her to hire a lawyer if you give her a month.
So here's the thing, Ms. Davis. We already did this since last year, June. I gave you time and time and time on the initial docket to try to get someone hired, which is why I appointed Mr. Rojas. I will reset your case one time. If you get someone hired, great. If not, Mr. Rojas will remain your attorney at this point. You need to be visiting with him, talk to him about your case, unless you do get someone else hired before the next court date, because I need to get an announcement at the next court date. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. You're free to go.
Thank you very much.
Simone Dobbins, Mr. Rojas. Thank you. Oh, there's more coming. Yeah, you may want to hold on to it for a second. All right, it went away. Good morning, you're Simone Dobbins. And Mr. Rojas, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
She will, Your Honor.
Ms. Dobbins, in cause number 24, DCCR 0504, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of driving while intoxicated with a child passenger under 15, and that's from December 9th of 2023. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they've charged you with? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Rojas? Do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreement that you reached is for a 2-year term in the state jail prison, but that would be probated. You'd be on probation for 4 years. You would be ordered to pay a $500 fine to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation, including having an auto ignition interlock device on any vehicle that you drive. Is that your understanding? Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Any evidence that Ms. Dobbins is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you and your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right there. Okay, see you back at sentencing. And then, Mr. Rojas, you have Joseph Gilbo sentencing. Good morning, you're Joseph Gilbo.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Gilbo, you were previously in court and entered a plea of guilty to impersonating a public servant. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
We have, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Comments?
Comments? Explanations? Please?
So obviously we're talking about Mr. Gilbo's statement in the PSI, Judge. I spoke with him about.
Can I get everyone to please hold it down a little bit?
I spoke with him about this morning, and what he's telling me this morning is that the statement he made to the probation department is his version of events. I explained to him that based on it, my advice would be if the court will allow him to withdraw the plea and set it for trial. However, he wishes to proceed with the agreement and go be placed on probation.
Well, you can't say you didn't do it and get probation. It doesn't work like that, because when you were here before, the clerk swore you in to tell the truth. And when you stood in front of me, I asked you a couple of very important questions. One was, were you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And the second one was, are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they charged you with? And you answered yes to that. But if you didn't actually do what they charged you with, then you need to plead not guilty and let a jury decide. You can't say I didn't do it, but I don't want to go to trial. Does that make sense? Either you did it or you didn't do it.
Yes, ma'am. I did do it.
Okay.
There the statement that they made was some of the stuff wasn't true. But
Well, if some of it's wasn't true, that's fine, but
Yeah.
either you impersonated a public servant for some amount of time, ever so slight or whatever it was, either you did that or you didn't.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you do that?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any reason not to go forward
No,
then? All right then, anything else with regard to the pre-sentence report? Mr. Hoffpower, Mr. Rojas, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Gilbo, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for a period of 4 years. You're ordered to pay the $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation.
Yes, ma'am.
If you do that, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have the felony conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation, at the end, the case is dismissed. You will never have the felony conviction.
Yes, ma'am.
The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court, you could be found guilty of the offense and sentenced anywhere in the range of punishment, which is up to 10 years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm handing you the trial court certification. That shows that this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom and wait for probation. She's going to call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Jason Jones, sentencing, Mr. Rojas. Reset it.
Okay, sorry, thank you.
Yeah, and I think. Oh, no, I'm holding it, but that's the one they're talking about.
Okay, thank you.
All right, sir, you Jason Jones, and in cause number 23, DCCR 0390, Mr. Jones, you were previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon, and I received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
We have,
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
And are there any additions or corrections?
not from the defense.
No, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Jones, I've got some serious concerns with placing you on probation in this case because not only are you a convicted felon, it doesn't appear to me that you were just carrying a gun from one place to the other. You had two guns, chambered, 16 rounds in a magazine. You had extra rounds under your seat. You had a backpack with marijuana, another backpack, another suspected bag of marijuana in your cup holder. You had I just feel like there was more going on here. A scale. People don't carry around scales. People don't carry around that kind of marijuana. People don't carry around those kind of guns unless they're dealing drugs, period. And so the fact that you are already a convicted felon and out dealing drugs makes me wonder why we're giving you probation. Does that make sense? Are you working?
Well, I have an interview tomorrow. I have to reset it. I had to go in today to give them my ID and my social at Jefferson nursing home on Folsom. But reset it for tomorrow.
If I test you this morning, you're gonna have something in your system? Let's double check that. Have a seat in the jury box.
I think you've been on a drug patch.
Yes, I'm on the drug test, but
We're gonna double check. I just wanna be extra sure before I figure out what to do.
And Judge, I know those facts raise some questions. I was looking at his overall criminal history. The only felony he has is
I
the
know.
one state jail for which he is a felon, mistakes in felon possession.
I
So
think,
that's that was my thinking on it. I
I-
understand what the court's concern is, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
I think as long as we're okay this morning, I might just add a few little things, but I think we're good.
Okay,
Thank you.
Judge.
Mr. Cleese? All right, Mr. Cleese, you tested negative, and so remind me again,
I take the pay, I just got the money for it.
All right, so 1 week. All right, step in front of the clerk, get your reset. Mr. Stewart? Mr. Stewart, you tested positive for THC, methamphetamines, and amphetamines, which is obviously a violation of the condition of your bond. When was the last time you smoked marijuana?
And then like a week ago, with somebody,
When's the last time you used methamphetamine?
shit, about a week ago.
All right, so Mr. Stewart, obviously, as those are violations of your bond, what does his bond set at right now? Let me see if I can find it too. Give me a second. 5. So, Mr. Stewart, I'm going to raise your bond because you violated, obviously, the conditions of it by using illegal substances. I'm going to raise your bond to $20,000. A condition of that bond, if you make it, is that you will be required to have a drug patch on at all times. You will have 24 hours from the time you're released from custody if you make that bond to get the drug patch on. You will have to go get that changed every 2 weeks. If it tests positive and you make that bond, the bond's going to go up and you're going to be back in jail. You're using drugs 1 week before you come to felony court while you have go back with the bailiff. Mr. Galmore, are you ready on Mr. Wise? That's sentencing 18-30295. Good morning, sir. You are Daniel Jake Wise.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Wise, you're on probation for driving while intoxicated, third or more. And there was a motion to revoke filed. You were previously in court, entered pleas of true to counts 3, 4, and 5 in that motion. I have received an updated pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
We have, Judge.
Are there any additions or corrections to the update?
Well, just some additions maybe, because when we left court, you ordered twice weekly UAs, and the reason was because he disputed the results of the drug patch. Now, since we left here, probation's here, he's taken 2 UAs a week, he hasn't failed any of them.
Okay,
But what I don't know is if what the drug patch results were, because I don't believe probation gets them. But normally when the court gets them and they're a failure, they're sent to me. I haven't received any.
yeah, if we would have received a failure, that would have come through, I'm
And
sure.
we've got no notifications,
Yeah.
Judge.
Okay,
And I maybe can spare the court a little bit. Speaking with probation, speaking with Mr. Galmore, I don't feel that revocation is warranted. He is, what I would be asking for, Judge, is maybe extension with JCDI.
I saw that. He's on 5 years already for a state jail or a third?
It's a third, Your Honor. He's been extended, I think, once.
It's been extended one time,
year.
so we're at the end of 6
So
years.
we're at 6.
Right.
So we can
He's
do
really,
one more.
he's really at the finish line, Judge. There was a problem near the end, so.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and Mr. Patton, you're here, thank you, and you agree that the extension, what you put in your report with the JCDI would be appropriate?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right then, Mr.,
Judge, may I?
sure.
He wrote
Did
a
you want to
letter-
argue
I did.
against me leaving him on
I-
probation?
Well, not against leaving on probation. He did write a lengthy letter to the court.
He did, I've got it, I reviewed it.
Part of that, he explains his career path lately because of his hip replacement, going with that work for a long time. He is working at the shipyard now. He's got a job opportunity lined up, but he can't start it until he's off probation. So what he would like is to finish probation as quickly as possible, obviously. Because of his passing 2 drug tests per week, and that's really been his only issue for the entire 5 or 6 years of probation is those 2 tests from last year, or the turn of the year. Discussing with him, we were, at least our proposal would be to extend him for maybe 3 or 4 months and leave this twice a week drug testing on him and see if he can continue passing his drug test. If he does, then he could time out and expire and go get a better job.
Let me check, let me look through some things.
Per the administrative report, he's never had any problems on probation before.
So there was an administrative hearing. looks like everything had to do with
This.
leading up to this. Is that correct, Mr. Patton?
We had one failed drug test in November, one failed alcohol test. There's a third failed drug test that he disputes.
Right. Mr. Nichols?
It's hard for me to argue against that, Judge.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do, Mr. Wise. I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 3, 4, and 5 freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence to revoke your probation. I'm not going to do that today. I am going to extend your probate. What's the date? Let's see. May. So we just passed.
He's technically expired now, but for the NPRP.
I'm doing math on my fingers up here. Okay. So if I extend it, does it extend from today or from the date? It would extend from the 13th of May.
That's correct, Your Honor.
So just from last month. All right, I'm going to extend it for 3 months. I am going to order the continuation of the drug test each week, how we've been doing it. Those go fine. Make sure everything else on probation's going fine, then you'll be off in a few months.
Continue the drug test also?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, let's do everything just to make, and obviously if you're doing both and there's a discrepancy, then I'll have, 2 things to look at instead of just one. But if everything goes well between now and then, we shouldn't have any issues and you'll be off your probation in a few months. If not, any issues, we're right back in here, another motion to revoke, you're back in custody, and things probably won't go like this. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Samuel, on Jamal Joseph, 2 cases sentencing.
Today's courtroom session gave us a fascinating look into how justice balances patience, responsibility, and second chances. We saw repeat offenders like Carly Davis, who was given yet another opportunity to hire her own attorney after delaying for months. The judge made it very clear, this is the last reset, no more excuses. Then came Simone Dobbins, pleading guilty to driving while intoxicated with a child passenger. That charge is no small matter. The judge carefully confirmed that every document was understood before sentencing was postponed for a pre-sentence investigation. With 4 years of probation ahead, Simone's case is a reminder that one mistake can have consequences that follow you for years. We also witnessed Joseph Gilbo, who admitted to impersonating a public servant. At first, he tried to backtrack, but the judge wasn't having it. She firmly explained that probation is not a loophole. You can't say you didn't do it and still expect leniency. In the end, Gilbo got deferred adjudication, a chance to walk away without a conviction, but only if he stays on the straight path. Slip up and he's facing up to 10 years. And then there was Jason Jones, a convicted felon caught with multiple loaded guns, ammunition, and marijuana. The judge's skepticism was clear. Was this man just unlucky, or was he actively dealing? She paused the sentencing for a drug test right there in court, showing us just how carefully these decisions are weighed. Finally, Daniel Wise's probation hearing wrapped up the session with a different kind of lesson. Consistency matters. Even after violations, his recent clean tests bought him another chance, with extended probation and tighter conditions. These cases reveal how the justice system juggles fairness, accountability, and rehabilitation. It's not just about punishment, it's about choices, consequences, and second chances.